The Estadio Olímpico Pascual Guerrero is a stadium in Santiago de Cali, Colombia which is named to honor the poet Pascual Guerrero. The stadium and the sports complex that surrounds it were, from the 1950s to the 1970s, one of the finest and most modern sports complexes in Latin America, and led to references of Cali as the sports capital of America. The Pascual, as its inhabitants usually call the stadium, was near the now defunct Stadium Galilee in the Versailles neighbourhood, where the first national athletics competition was held in 1928. The Pascual is still an important venue for domestic and international sporting events, with renovations made for the 2011 FIFA U20 World Cup in Colombia and additional suites and sky boxes. The stadium's capacity was reduced to 35,000 people. It is currently the home of América de Cali, and was the home of Deportivo Cali until 2007 when they moved into a new stadium, Estadio Deportivo Cali, becoming the first Colombian football team to own its own stadium. History. In the year 1935, the poet Pascual Guerrero asked the department to build a stadium on the grounds that the offering. On the 20th of July 1937, construction was completed, and the facility opened with the name Estadio Departamental. President Alfonso López Pumarejo was present when the stadium was inaugurated with a quadrangular tournament between the countries of Argentina, Cuba, Mexico and Colombia. The opening of the stadium coincided with celebrations to mark the 4th centenary of the founding of Cali. Subsequently, on November 4, 1957, the government of the Valle del Cauca ceded to the Universidad del Valle the lands that comprised the entire sports complex, a gift ratified by the Ministry of Government. In 1948, the first game of professional football was played at the stadium, and in 1954 the stadium was home to the National Sports Games 7. It was remodeled and expanded, with Olympic swimming pools built, and consequently renamed Complex San Fernando Sports, with the appointment of Cali to the realization of the 6th Pan American Games. In 1967 the stadium is restructured and adapted to Olympic standards of the time. That's why he built a track of 8 lanes developed in tartan synthetic pit and spaces testing for shot put and hammer, long jump and pole vault. The capacity was expanded to accommodate 45,000 spectators, whilst also conditioned lights and electronic bulletin board. With reform, the sports unit of San Fernando was built for the 1954 National Games. It becomes part of the Pan American Sports Unit would host in 1971 the 6th Pan American Games. On the occasion of the 1995 Pacific Ocean Games, some physical renovations were approved, including its synthetic tartan track, which was replaced in its entirety according to the requirements for competitions to be held in the year 1995. Due to the deterioration of the North Grandstand, the stadium was closed for several years until in 1999 began its remodeling. In 2000 further renovations were approved at its facilities, where it takes special emphasis on the study of structural, locational problems are corrected, as well as space for the sporting community, and the grass and drainage of the field is completely replaced. All this to host games of the Copa America to be held next year. In 2005, due to the organization for version 43 of the South American Championships in athletics, the synthetic track is repaired in several sections, this time using a material approved by the International Athletics Federation (IAF) named SportFlex. This confirms the track federation and accepted as official new brands that are presented. Since October October 2006, on the occasion of hosting again the National Games of 2008, began work on tracks, fields, pools and arenas. In 2009 it designed an expensive remodeling of the World Cup U20 2011 to be held in Colombia. The study said there was seating throughout the stadium, improved dressing rooms, boxes will be built in the Eastern Grandstand, VIP areas in Western Line is by a big screen or an electronic board, and also some underground parking in the South Grandstand. On December 10 the same year, the works were officially inaugurated with the presence of the mayor and the president of Coldeportes. The works started in the South Grandstand and will last 16 months. The stadium capacity was increased to 45,312 seated stadium spectators. The remodeling work finished in time for the 2011 U20 World Cup, and it consisted of a series of Calatrava trusses supporting a membrane fabric structure. The design of the fabric was performed by ARQ, Roberto Munoz, now with Dunn Mexico, and the design of the structural steel Calatrava trusses was performed by structural engineer Marco Cano with Fractal Structural Engineering. Events, sports in stage matches are played regularly. Harvey, Copa Sudamericana and Copa Libertadores, which until 2009 was home to teams in the region Deportivo Cali in America. The stadium has hosted the 6th Pan American Games and the National Games on several occasions. The Games of the Pacific Ocean, and home to Cali 1995 South American Championships in Athletics 2005. During the Copa America 2001 was the headquarters of the Group B. A total of 6 games played between the national teams of Brazil, Paraguay, Peru and Mexico. These matches were held between July 11 and July 17 of 2001. The stadium is also the training site and home for Liga Vallecaucana school and intercollegiate games. Cultural music. The more traditional music event that takes place in the stadium is the Super Concert, in which different bands and invited singers perform at the annual celebration named Feria de Cali, which is held between the 25th to the 30th of December. During the 80s, there was a big concert named Festival de Orquestas of La Feria de Cali, which for a whole day had different orchestras playing for about 12 hours. Also, the stadium is the main stage of national and international artists. Juanes, Mana, Shakira, Soda Stereo, Marc Anthony and Gloria Estefan of some of the artists that have performed at the stadium. Vicente Fernandez is scheduled to perform at the stadium during his Mi Despedida World Tour. Various Christian churches also rent the stadium when it is not a football game scheduled for mass events. Facilities. The stadium is divided into 7 stands for sporting events. South Grandstand, for the same price as the northern platform, is the most economical. In the gallery are usually located bars Baron Rojo Sur Team America and Frente Radical Verde Deportivo Cali team. These fans are known for being the hooligans from the respective teams, and the violent history cannot be on the same platform as the city. Teams play each other. Usually the fans of the team official visitor gallery is located in the north. The location and subsequent departure of the fans is controlled by the National Police. North Grandstand. In this forum, which is geographically located to the west, lies the electronic board, which after many years of being out of service, is making its reconstruction. Lower East Grandstand. Behold the first 2 floors of the east side of the stadium. This is the most popular platform from which there is a complete panorama of the stadium. Upper East Grandstand, the second of the 2 floors of the east side, offers a prime view of the stadium by not having to be interrupted by the safety net on the first floor. Tribune first floor west. On this side of the locker rooms are located the area of arbitrators and the benches of both teams. Tribune of third floor west. In this forum are booths sports media transmission. West second floor grandstand. It is the only forum in the stadium with solitaria numbered and therefore is reserved for members of the teams. Location and access routes. The stadium is located in the San Fernando traditional neighborhood in central south of the city, between the traditional 5th Street and Roosevelt Avenue, next to the stage of the Evangelista Mora Gym Arena, the Alberto Galindo Olympic pools, and form the so-called San Fernando Sports Unit, also known as Pan American Sports Unit. Access from the south and north of the city is 5th Street, which passes a backbone of mass transit system MEO and has the station right in front of Parque de las Banderas. From the south you can get to the stadium along the avenue of the Hippodrome, going through the intersection of the Diagonal 34 to Roosevelt Avenue, which restricts access of vehicles during the course of the event. Near the south stand is the Booth Maria Ballots authorized outlets. The stadium has no parking, but often used the street and surrounding streets to park cars, with no particular formal surveillance.